no, no. Okay, did anyone see that actually coming? Did anyone think something like this was gonna happen this early on? I'm just like, oh my god. If you have not read Boku no Hero Academia Chapter 50, you must read it now. Honestly, this brings up my hype. I'm so hyped. I should have done a live reaction because I was screaming. I was screaming on, like, I don't even know what page it was, but if you've read the chapter, you know what page I was screaming on. Oh my days. It is just phenomenal. I can't. Boku no Hero is really amazing. What I love about it is, right, my camera's sloppy. What I love about it is, the tone is phenomenal. Like, this reminds me back in the, when it was like chapter 18 or 16, when it was freaking Nomu, but not that Nomu, not these Nomus that we're seeing now. Oh, they're sick. They're freaking sick. Okay, back in like 15 and 16 when Shigaraki, Nomu and Black Mist, when they first came in, and then when everyone was getting demolished, like All Might weren't there yet, Ida was freaking running, and like he was just like, everyone please wait for me so I can call these students, the heroes. It was awesome. You see Shigaraki coming, reaching out to touch Shuyu's hand, and then freaking Deku's like screaming, he's like, no, 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 and he does full on 100% of One For All, and then it just smacks up against Nomu, and Nomu's just not even blinking. It's really unbelievable. It's just the beauty of it. It makes me so hyped. This is why, when it gets freaking animated, it's gonna be so sick, because these are the episodes which I cannot wait to see animated. These type of episodes. It's gonna be... Boku no Hero is amazing right now. I think it was last chapter that it was ranked #1 in the Shonen Jump rankings. When the freaking anime comes out, like, it's gonna be like Attack on Titan. When Attack on Titan hit, everyone, not even freaking anime watchers or people fans of manga, everyone got into Attack on Titan. This is gonna be freaking Boku no Hero. When you see those, when Nomu and Shigaraki and Black Mist come in, when they're all like, when you see his, I don't know what chapter it was, might have been chapter 13, I can't remember for sure, but you just see the whole page covered up by Shigaraki, and he's just like, you see his hand over his face, and you just see the eye, like that. You don't even, the thing is, you don't see it in a little shadow, or nothing, you just see the small panel before it, and you just see like a rupture in air or anything, and then you just see his face like that, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. It really is amazing. I just can't understand how good it is. Seriously, you can... Horikoshi, he loves Boku no Hero. He must love it, writing it every week. He's the kind of guy, when, I don't know wherever his schedule is, maybe when, I don't know whenever he starts, like, doing the drafts for the new chapter, but he's the kind of guy, like, when he wakes up, he's freaking jumping out of bed, doing freaking tap dances and moonwalks to get to the drawing board to write the stuff down, because he must love this series. He must love it so much, because what he does is beautiful. I've never seen a chapter of Boku no... I've never been unsatisfied with a chapter of Boku no Hero. I've never been like, oh crap, is this it? The only bad thing, it's not even a nitpick, it's just that sometimes I'm just like, really? Do I have to wait another week for this? That's the only thing which annoys me, that I have to wait another week. This is why I'm kind of annoyed, not from a reviewer's point of view, just from a reading, just from a fan of Boku no Hero. I'm kind of annoyed that I started it at the start of the series. I kind of wished, part of me kind of wishes that I got into it like maybe 50 chapters. Like, if I started it when it was 100 chapters in, because could you imagine the binge watch, the binge freaking read on how sick this series is? Like, it's already, let's just, hypothetically speaking, it would be on that chapter 150. Who knows the crap what's going to be going down in that long? Who knows what greatness you're going to be seeing in chapter 150, but even, I don't even care. If you started it when it was at chapter 150 and you just binged it, could you imagine how sick that would be? Seeing all that greatness, not even have to wait for a week to see everything. It would be unbelievable. But either way, it's so sick because I'm just hyped. I cannot wait. And for the past 4 minutes, I haven't been reviewing this. This is not a review. This is a reaction. And I've just, for the past 4 minutes, I've just been talking about the greatness of Boku no Hero. But let's actually get into this. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but if you guys love Boku no Hero as much as I do, I hope you really do appreciate this video and my views. So, okay, this chapter, and honestly, this is what I love about the mangaka of Boku no Hero. The tone switches so drastically. At the start of the chapter, it was quite fun. You were just seeing them on the train going to a freaking town with Gran Torino. He was just literally like jumping. That's what he was doing. He was literally bouncing about, walking to the taxi. So you didn't see that tone. I was not ready. I just literally got slapped in the face in this chapter. But either way, so you basically see the whole chapter with it's just. We find out that Deku basically just keeps on the training, obviously. We obviously know that's the kind of man Deku is. He just wants to train and refine his skills. But Gran Torino's just like, no, you can't. Because if Deku only trains with one person, then he's only perfected, like, counteracting someone's type of quirk. He can't just fight. He can't just be so trained in a type of quirk which is, what, I don't know, kinetic, or which is so movable. He needs to refine. He needs to be an all-rounder kind of hero. He needs to be able to fight any type of villain. He needs to be able to stand up against any type of quirk, and that's what Gran Torino was really wanting to emphasize in this chapter. So that's why they were actually going to this town, and this town was the town that they were going to. They didn't go into it in the end, but this town, it was basically it had a lot of crime, and we just knew about the geographical situation, you could say, of the Boku no Hero universe, and there's not a lot of crime if there's not a lot of population, and that's obviously, you know, common sense. So the ones that's got obviously a lot of population and that, and most like high rich kind of cities, that's where all the crime is. So that's where they're going. To be fair, that's what I got from this chapter. And then that was pretty much the first half, and that's pretty much that was a cool chapter. I don't care. And it was and then we found out with the hero finding out obviously Ida's true objectives of coming to Hosu. And Ida's true objectives was that obviously he knew that Stain was gonna be here. And that's it. Let me just pass that half the chapter. Let me go to the greatness. The freaking greatness. And I'm just going to go to the page. And obviously you probably can't see it clearly enough. But you see. How many Nomis are there? 3 Nomis. 3. One Nomi was Dench. One Nomi freaking broke Eraserhead's arm. He didn't even break Eraserhead's arm. It wasn't even disfigurement. You saw the bones cracked. You saw the skin coming off. It was literally like snapping a twig. That's what it looked like. His arm looked like a snapped twig. And you're seeing 3 Nomis. I promise you that there's not 3 Nomis, there's more. Obviously, counting the Nomi that's in prison, there's 4 Nomis that we know. We know 4 Nomis. And this Nomi, this is just kind of, it's like a name for an experiment. It's an experimentation kind of thing. So if you're class Nomi, you've been through this experiment. That's what I guess. And this guy with the freaking pterodactyl wings, he looks like a beast. I can't wait to see him fight. So, oh my gosh. Okay, these Nomis come in. And we don't know the true objective. Basically, we obviously know that Shigaraki, he's a, what's the word again? A something child. He's got the mind of a child, pretty much. That's why he thinks of life like a game. I think they call it game life or something like gameful or something like that. I can't remember what it is specifically, but that's what Shigaraki thinks like. He doesn't really care much. He's quite simple-minded and child-minded. That's what he says. I was freaking mind-blown when he said this. He was just like, I'm gonna quote it word for word. I'm gonna take your precious pride, your self-worth, your prestige, and crush them, great senpai. Then you see the Nomi's coming out, and you see the freaking background. It just looks mad. It looks beast. The artwork is phenomenal. If you go back to chapter 1, see the difference. It's like night and day. But either way, let's get into this. So we know that Stain and Shigaraki, they've got conflicting views. They've got different views. Stain doesn't like heroes. Stain doesn't like heroes in a way that, because he thinks that the majority of heroes, they're only in it for the money, and he only thinks of heroes like All Might. That's a true hero. And with all the other fake heroes that he calls, he wants to take them out. Whereas Shigaraki just doesn't care. Shigaraki wants to take out and rid the world of heroism, pretty much. So that's the 2 different views, and Stain doesn't agree with that. I don't know if Shigaraki doesn't agree with Stain's views, and that's why like they're basically they're trying to destroy Hosu, whereas Stain wants to destroy Hosu in his views, he wants to open people's eyes. That's why he's going to take out a lot of heroes in Hosu. I think 3 more heroes he's going to do. Whereas Shigaraki wants to destroy the city and make a he wants to make a statement. And the way he says he wants to destroy his precious pride, self-worth, prestige, and crush them. And he said this great senpai. He wants to do this because I'm guessing his senpai, the guy in his the master who was always in the TV screen, we didn't see his face. the villain guy, the master villain, he doesn't want this to happen because he wants to. I'm guessing he's the type of guy, we don't know much about him, we don't know anything about him, but the way he says it, it's kind of implied that he kind of wants the villains to work in the shadows. He doesn't want like publicity. It's not good. Villainy is not really good for publicity. They want to. I'm kind of thinking that the villain master guy just wants to take people out in the shadows. He's got a scheme. I do not know what the scheme is, but it's obviously not doing something as massive as this, like something as public as this. And people are gonna say, "Oh yes, Gran Torino is the master." I'm gonna make another video for that. I'm not gonna talk about it in this video because I'm just gonna talk about that later on. But I just can't. This is not. I'm sorry if this isn't like a proper review and I'm giving out stuff because it's the hypeness, man. I can't understand how hyped this could be, but I can't wait to see these zombies fight. It was freaking sick. When I was reading this, did anyone else, maybe it's just me, but when I was reading this, I was getting a vibe like I was watching a movie. That's how freaking sick it was. They were on the train, and a hero, you just see it crash in, and then you see Nomu come out, and he just smash his face into the ground. That's the greatness I like about Boku no Hero. It's so freaking dark sometimes. It gets, those tones are beautiful. It's freaking amazing. So literally, it was just mad. You see the cracks coming in, and the guys coming in through the train. That was awesome. I loved it, and it was a freaking split second. That's the thing. Gran Torino just didn't even. It's not like he even computed it. He didn't even process it. It was like instinct. He saw the guy crashing. He saw Nomu. Bam! He literally flew out to take him out. So I'd obviously want to see in the next couple of chapters Gran Torino versus this Nomu. I don't know what we're gonna call him. I'm just probably gonna call him Nomu number 1 or 2, whatever. I'm just calling him Nomu. He's a Nomu. So obviously it's gonna be Gran Torino versus Nomu. But at the end of this chapter, when we see Ida and Stain, I didn't think this was gonna happen too quickly. But I don't know what's going to happen. I think Ida's going to get damaged. I think Ida's got a trick up his sleeve. He's got a new move. I just have a feeling he's going to try something. And I do not think he's going to manage to kill or even manage to beat Stain. But I do think that Ida's gonna lose, and I don't think Ida's gonna die though. I think someone's gonna come and help him. I don't really want that. I really think I can imagine Deku coming, because Deku, he was worried of Ida in this chapter, because he even sent a text and Ida didn't reply. So I'm wondering, because they're already in Hosu and Deku just saw Gran Torino move away. So knowing Deku's probably going to go to the streets and try and help out things, just like, because that's how he thinks. He just wants to be like, oh yeah, we got to do this, let's go, hurry up. So maybe that's what Deku's going to do. I truly do not know. But how did you even find this freaking chapter? Like seriously, if you haven't read it, freaking read it. Next chapter's going to be amazing. Obviously, what I'm going to say right now, I'm saying this right now, this is the start of a new arc. The arc has started. Do you not know what this is called? Villain Ambush. I don't freaking know, but this is the start of a new arc. This is it. Everyone was going to say that the sports festival, like, do you know how, like, Naruto, how it got interrupted by, what was it, the Village of the Sound or something like that? I can't remember. I'm not really a Naruto expert. But, everyone was going to say villains are going to interrupt in the sports festival. No, villains are going to interrupt this. They interrupted the training. So we're going to see heroes coming in. We're going to see, I'm guessing, what I'd like to see is not, I don't want to see just Hosu getting ambushed by all these Nomus and villains. I want to see Hosu getting ambushed by I want to see all the other cities where all the other heroes are. I want this to be like a widespread. I want this to be nation. Like I want other cities to get damaged as well, not just Hosu. But if it's just Hosu, it's gonna be pretty sick because all the heroes are gonna come in on one point. And when I mean by all the heroes, I'm gonna mean by Class 1A, freaking Bakugo, freaking Todoroki. Can you? Oh my, I can't. It's gonna be sick. It's gonna be sick. I just can't wait. Okay. So this is gonna be sick. I'm hyped for this chapter. Obviously, the fight between it's just foreshadow a lot of stuff. In a couple of chapters, we're gonna be seeing Ida and Stain. So tell me what you think is gonna happen in that. Who do you think is gonna win? Who do you think is gonna lose? Do you think someone's gonna help out Ida? Do you think Deku's gonna help out Ida? Do you think like Deku's gonna come to the streets and he'll find him out? So I do not know. What do you think is gonna happen with Gran Torino and Nomu? And freaking Shigaraki. I wonder what Shigaraki and Black Mist is gonna do. What do you think? Oh, I want to see the other Nomus. That Nomu with the pterodactyl wings. Beast, utter beast. So tell me your thoughts, comments below. Shinigami-san, I'll see you next week. It was an amazing chapter for chapter 50. This milestone was unbelievable. It was beautiful. For chapter 50, Horikoshi, freaking 100 out of 10. 100 out of 10. 100. Okay, Horikoshi, good job, man. Just good. I can't. I'm sorry. This is not even a good job. This is I don't even know. This was a movie. I even said to myself, when I was reading this chapter, I felt like I was watching a movie. Honestly. So before this comes on, Shinigami-san, tell me you're hyped in this, man. Like, seriously, get hyped with me. I can't be being hyped by myself. But I'll see you next week for Boku no Hero chapter 51. It's going up. Just up. Up. That's all it is. It will never be stagnated. It will never be complacent. Horikoshi he's on a freaking bullet train. Hopefully his doesn't get crashed like Deku's one, but still, it's just going forward. So yes, I'll see you next week for chapter 51, and let's see the greatness, what's gonna happen next week. See ya. I just can't. It's sick.